All right, what's up guys? You're here for the pressure washer review of the Husqvarna that I got at Costco. If you want to watch the whole review, perfect. If you're just at Costco and want to know if you should buy it, it's $189, 2000 PSI, 1.2 GPM. It gets accurate readings on that. The pump sounds good, so give it a try. Now, here's the rest of the review. Hey Google, turn on the shop lights.
Okay, turn the lights on.
That's exciting for me. Anyways, guys, today we're going to be doing another pressure washer review video, and we're going to be doing a direct comparison to the Ryobi 2000 PSI 1.2 GPM pressure washer that I just did. If you haven't seen that one, I'm going to link it right up here for you guys. Go take a look at that one as well. It's a really great unit. So for this video, I was at Costco the other day with my family and came across this new Husqvarna. You know, they make dirt bikes and all that kind of stuff, so motors in general. And I came across an electric pressure washer from them at Costco for $189.99, I believe is what it was. For some reason, the Costco that I was at didn't have it labeled correctly, but when I checked out, I believe it was $189. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it over, show you guys, we'll unbox it, take a look at it. We're gonna do a direct comparison, not exactly side by side with the Ryobi, but I know all the numbers from the Ryobi. This is rated exactly the same at 2000 PSI, 1.2 GPM. So we'll get a good idea. We're gonna go ahead and, as always, hook it up to the pressure gauge so we can actually test the PSI and see if it's actually getting the 2000 PSI that it states. And then we will also weigh up the water consumption. So I'll spray it into a bucket for a minute, weigh it out, divide it by 8.33, which is the weight of a gallon of water, and that will give us an accurate rating of the actual gallons per minute that the unit puts out. So here we go. So here she is. As you can see, Husqvarna 2000 max PSI, 1.2 gallons per minute, and it shows that it comes with a 15 degree, 25 degree, and a turbo nozzle. Already, that is a little bit different than the Ryobi. The Ryobi comes with a 15, a turbo, and a 0 degree nozzle. So I like that this gives you an alternative of a different degree of nozzle. I like that a lot. All right, let's see what's in this thing. So first off, nice thing that they give you is the lance attachment for the pressure washer wand or gun, and it has storage on board for your nozzles, which is kind of nice to have them right there. It's a quick change out. Instruction manual on how to assemble it, operator's manual, and probably a warranty or something like that in there. Don't need that. So right on top we have a bag of nozzles. Interesting. So they don't advertise this. So again, you got your turbo nozzle. Again, it's just a little piece inside that oscillates. It actually creates a lower PSI but a tighter stream and kind of maxes out by kind of going all over the place. So these are cool. Not great for car detailing, but great for cleaning driveways and all that kind of stuff. So again, as I said on the box, it shows that you get the turbo nozzle, a 15 and a 25 degree nozzle, but they actually do include a 0 degree nozzle as well. So that's nice. We're gonna go ahead and pop these all right on the lance. Onboard storage right on the lance, which is really nice. Oh, and it also serves as you're pressure washing, it serves as a little grip as well. All right, so it looks like, this is kind of cool. So basically what you can do, it has these latches, just flip them up. This part comes back. Now you can go ahead and move it around, nice and easy. Wheels on it, feel honestly, they feel a little bit better than the Ryobis. It feels a little bit sturdier than the ones on the Ryobi unit. Again, the Ryobi unit ones you have to install yourself. These ones come on, and I think that's probably why they just fit a little bit tighter, making them feel more secure. So like most of these consumer grade units, you get an onboard soap dispenser. your water inlet right here, and your water outlet over here on this side. It feels a little bit loose. You can see it kind of jiggling around there. Don't know if that's gonna matter. Don't know if you can tighten it down, which doesn't look like it. Actually looks like a pin system here. But we'll see what that does, if it matters at all. Actually, it looks like there's a little bit of water in here. So I don't know if I got a unit that's been returned, or if that's just from when they probably, actually test each unit before they go out. So there may have been a little bit of water that runs through there. It doesn't look like it's been used at all. So that's probably the case. Again, we'll see. So as you can see up here, guys, 2000 PSI, 1.2 GPM. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and flip the unit around. It's kind of nice. You get this onboard storage here for the hoses right on the back, and it looks like you can fit both of them, which is nice. So we do have our power hose, power cord, and we do have a dial on-off switch right here. For the power cord, I will find out how long it is for you guys so you can get a good idea. It does come with I always forget if it's CGFI or GCFI or GFCI or whatever it is, but basically a little interrupter, so if it gets wet, you don't get electrocuted, or that's the idea behind it. And then we have the pressure washer hose itself. Looks like standard fittings. We're gonna find out. Some units, I believe, if I remember well, the Karcher, no, I believe Sunjoes are a little bit different size. But this one we're gonna find out, and we'll find out if we can use that with an aftermarket pressure washer gun. One of the things that I always recommend, guys, is upgrading the hose, because these things are cumbersome and short and just really kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna go ahead and unravel this one, show you guys how cumbersome it is, and see if it kinks. Oh, it kinks so fast. Really wide. So far, so good. Let's see. And there it kinks. And that's sorry if you can hear those helicopters flying around. It's just right by a military base, so they should pass over in a second. But that is a strong kink, guys. That is very tight kink. And that will definitely cause issues down the road. If you don't, you can potentially get blowouts from that side. So I will, however, be showing you guys an aftermarket hose that I always recommend. So here's the hose gun that it comes with, and one thing that is cool is, and this was just asked by somebody very recently, and with the Ryobi, is asking if they had a trigger lock, and this one actually does. So, I don't know if I like that. I don't like that at all. So it's not a trigger lock in the sense that you can press it down and it'll hold it in place, which is what I would want, especially if you're working on a big project. Instead of having to grip the trigger the whole time, you can actually just, there are lances out there where you can put it in, hit the lock, and then it holds it in for you. This is not doing that. This is actually a lock so that you can't spray it unless you push it's on both sides. So it's nice that you can push it from either side, but in order to start spraying, you have to hit that and then pull. And that's a little bit cumbersome. I don't like that. It's not like super ergonomic of where it is, and it's kind of a funky sized button. So I definitely don't like that. So if this machine is good, if the pump itself is good, I'm definitely replacing the wand. This thing just doesn't make sense to me in that regard. Yeah, to have that as an extra piece just to turn it on is really annoying. And then I don't know if you guys can see the mechanism inside. Let me see here. You can see that little cable right there. It's just a little piece of metal that pushes over. So I don't even know how long that would actually last. But we'll go ahead and test it anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and thread the extension onto the gun. All right, we're set there. So it is all on. And I'm gonna test it with this just really quickly, but it's a pain for me to test the PSI with this hose. So I'll probably just do it with the other one. I've done a lot of pressure washer reviews, and switching out from whatever the length of this hose to the 50-foot hose that I always use in my professional business doesn't make any difference to the gallons per minute or the pressure. So no difference there, except that it's an easier hose to work with, it's longer and lasts longer. So I don't like these. No, so we're just gonna go ahead and open it up. Max pressure being 2000 PSI for a machine that's rated at 2000 PSI does not give me any sort of confidence in this. So we're gonna go ahead and unwind it. And as you guys can see, like, it's just a huge pain. Okay, so pressure washer hose that it comes with is the exact same as the Ryobi units at 25 feet. All right guys, just laying it out real quick, you can see it goes quite a bit a ways past the pressure washer hose itself. However, that looks like it's about 10 feet, so it looks like it's gonna be the same exact thing as the Ryobi with a 35-foot cord. I'm gonna go ahead and measure just to double check to see if it is 10 feet past. All right guys, so that is confirmed. It is a 35-foot power cord, 25-foot pressure washer hose. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move it out to the front of the shop, and we're gonna go ahead and test the numbers and see how it performs. I'm not sure if this is gonna have the total stop system. What that is as soon as the pressure builds up in the machine, it goes completely quiet. It's a feature that I really, really love. The Ryobi does have it, so we're gonna see if this one has it. Really quickly, another thing to note with this machine is that the handle for when you're toting it around seems to be, it feels like it's on the wrong side. It actually functions really, really well, but I would just think that it would be on this side near the wheels. And instead you got all this stuff. It just seems like it should go that way. Just seems like a weird design. It does seem to function well though, so maybe, you know, not a big deal. So as I said, I'm gonna be testing out the whole machine, the pressure and the GPM using my hose of choice. This is a 50-foot Uberflex hose. And as you can see, if you've seen any of my other pressure washer reviews, I've apologized for the constant reminder of this, but these do not kink. They stay nice and pliable. And they support more than 2000 PSI. I don't remember what it is. I think it might be 3000, but I've never had an issue with these. I use them every day in my detail business, and they're amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And one main feature here is if this is actually the exact same size connection for this as the Ryobi's. We're gonna go find out now because this does fit the Ryobi without any modification. We're gonna see. Alrighty guys, so we got everything connected. We got the water from the spigot into my deionized spot-free water filtration system, which doesn't really matter. You don't have to have that obviously. And water to the inlet on the pressure washer. On the outlet side, we're running to our 50-foot Uberflex hose into my pressure washer wand. And as you can see, we've got the pressure gauge here. The thing that does matter though, especially on how these pressure washers are rated with the GPM and everything, what does matter is the nozzles that you use on your pressure washer wand. So to be fair with this unit, I'm using the nozzles that it comes with because that's probably how they use what they use to rate the machine. So I'm gonna be starting with the 15 degree nozzle. That is the nozzle that Ryobi uses to get the numbers of 2000 PSI 1.2 GPM. So that should be the standard. That's what we're gonna compare directly to this machine. So far, I just turned the water on. What was that? just turned the water on. We have a little leak coming from here. That could just be that my hose is wearing out a little bit. It's very minimal anyway. So probably disregard that. Here we go, turned it on. Okay, so two things there. It does have the total stop system. However, it is not holding a tight seal. All right, guys, so the factory hose does not leak, and I just realized why. If you look at the, let's see if this will focus for you. The size of the inner piece here is larger than the size of the aftermarket hose. The aftermarket hose fits directly with the Ryobi units, so this Husqvarna is going to be more similar to, I believe it's Sunjoe and all those guys where you do actually have to buy an attachment. So I'm not going to be able to test it with this hose. The hose is in perfect condition. It's just the wrong size fitting. So I don't have the attachment, so we're going to go and switch everything over, and I'll test everything with the factory gun and hose and see what the kind of numbers we get with it. I will, however, link in the description down below the adapter that you would need to work this hose, because this hose is 1,000 times better than the factory hose. So let me switch this stuff over and we'll get to testing the numbers. All right, guys, so I've got everything hooked up. One thing that's interesting to note is that the wand side of the factory hose seems to be the normal size like the Uriflex hose is, but the part that actually goes into the unit is a different size, and that's why they marked one side of it with red. The other side you can see is black. It is a different fitting. I believe I think the difference is this one would be an M22 by 15 millimeter versus all the other ones like the Ryobis and everything, I believe use an M22 14 millimeter. I believe that's what it is. So just for reference, and again, I will link that stuff in the description below for you guys. But I got it all hooked up now, so we're gonna go ahead and test the PSI and see what this thing actually does. So one annoying thing again, guys, is you have to compress this before you can pull the trigger. Now really quickly, we're gonna hook up the foam cannon. This is the best foam cannon I've found. It has brass fittings on both ends, so you don't have to worry about stripping out the bottle. I've done a review video on this as well, also linked up above or down below in the description. All right, so we're gonna take out the 15-degree nozzle. And as you saw, guys, that was getting the 2000 PSI that it's rated at, so really good. Okay, we got the foam cannon on. Let's see how this guy foams. As I expected, with the pressure washer and using that foam can with the smaller orifice size, it's giving us nice, super thick foam. And it's sticking onto the truck really, really well. So yeah, definitely with this unit, you can use your foam cannons and get great results. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that off real quick. All right, guys, so we're hooking up the timer, stopwatch, and we're gonna do 1 minute. All right, so that's showing me 9.8 pounds minus, or 11, it's, the total minus the weight of the bucket is 9.8 pounds. And if we take that and we divide that by the 8.33 that a gallon of water weighs, okay, that gives us 1.176, so 1.18. So yeah, you round up, it's 1.2 GPM. A little bit off, but again, you know, my scale could be a tiny bit off or whatever else. So accurate, 1.2 gallons per minute. Now again, I like to run a slightly less PSI and a little bit more GPM. So I'm gonna switch over to the nozzle that I like to use the most, which is a 2.5 millimeter, 40-degree nozzle. I love this thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and empty the bucket. We're gonna test the PSI and the GPM with this on this unit. Okay, let's go ahead and test the PSI. All right, so that dropped me down to 1,000 PSI, maybe 1,050, somewhere right around there, which I'm good with. It's pretty standard across the board with all the pressure washers. That nozzle gets me to right about there. So now we're going to go ahead and hook it up and put it into the water to test the GPM. All right, we are now at 11 pounds. So we've increased it to 1.32 GPM. So that's on par with the Ryobi. It's pretty much the exact same. It's hard to say here, guys. I love the Ryobi units. This Husqvarna sounds a little bit quieter. It's on a nice metal roll cage. The only thing that I don't like is the inlet outlet does shake a little bit, so I don't know how long that's gonna last. And the fact that you have to get an attachment for the to change out the hose, which I definitely recommend. This hose that it comes with is not the best. Only 25 feet, so it's gonna be hard to get around a car, hard to do any job really, and it's really cumbersome. So definitely recommend upgrading the hose. Again, I will also link down below the attachment that you'll need to convert that. But overall, guys, this is a great unit. One other thing I guess you would take into account is Ryobi is a Home Depot product. You can get it at any Home Depot, and they're very, very easy to work with for any returns, any issues that you may have with the pressure washer down the road. I've been able to return old ones and swap it out for a new one at Home Depot, so that's super easy. However, this one is from Costco. Everyone knows Costco is super, super easy to deal with for returns as well. The only issue there is, even though they're easy to work with, I don't know how often they're going to have that pressure washer in stock. As we all know, Costco, so, you know, it's kind of seasonal with certain items. We're kind of getting into the springtime, so it makes sense that they would have pressure washers. They always do, but that was the first time I've seen this Husqvarna. So yeah, something to take into consideration. It is a great machine. It seems to be working perfectly. Sounds nice and quiet. The motor sounds strong. It's a good looking unit. The foldable roll cage for storage is super nice. And the pressure washer gun that it comes with is pretty good. I like the onboard storage on the Lance. I don't like the little trigger button that you have to deal with. But other than that, it's pretty good. I just would recommend swapping out the hose. So, but anyways, guys, I hope that helps. We'll see you on the next one.